Flip or Flop Fort Worth airs on HGTV every Thursday night at 9, 8 Central. Andy and Ashley Williams are in the Red Velvet Cake Studios this morning, and you have no bigger fan than Sybil Wilkes. Andy and Ashley Williams, congratulations and welcome to the cake.
Thank you so much.
We are happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you, and I was saying that it is so great to see you guys and representing so many various activities of your life and who you are on that show. And starting with, I want people to know about your great love story. And you guys met while you were both in the military.
Well, I was actually active duty, and Andy was contracting, but he worked in Iraq. So we met, my first deployment. And
straight out of Park Forest?
Yes, I went from Park Forest.
Illinois.
I joined the military at 17, and my first deployment was 2004, 2005. So
17? I thought you had to be 18 to join the military.
Well, you could get a waiver, and I got my waiver, and I was like, I got to get out of here.
Wow.
So I got my waiver, joined, and went on my first deployment, and Andy and I was actually in a gym, and I was playing on the machines.
She was playing. She was out there calling herself PTing.
It was bad. And he came up to me and said, "Hey, do you need a personal trainer?" And I was like, no.
She looked like she needed a personal trainer.
I did. But he was really persistent, and he was so sweet. He was definitely the Texas charm, and he wore me down.
Wow.
Yeah. She actually, I remember it. She gave me a number, but it wasn't hers.
Oh,
just
yeah.
like Chicago. But I'm a Texan, so I found out where she worked, and I started hanging out at her job.
Overnight,
talking to her.
Mm-hmm.
6 months.
Did she give you a club name?
You know,
it was hard because my name was printed on my shirt, but I
yeah. But after 6 months, then I remember it was the deployment. Then she left, and then it wasn't until she came back that we reconnected.
Yeah,
and that's when we knew we had something there.
But while you were also over there as a contractor, you were also in the real estate business back here, right?
Yeah, so I did 4 years in the Marines, and I'd gotten out. I was in Fast Company, and when I had transitioned, I had initially transitioned back home to Texas. And, veterans have a hard time transitioning. So I elected to go back overseas, leverage my skill set. But when I went back over there, I remember there was a time where some incoming came in, and I got real serious about my future. So I started aggressively investing in my hometown and started
which is
Gatesville, Texas. And I started with income properties because I figured that if I was going to be there, I needed to obviously make good of my time and make good of my money. Didn't know a lot, but I figured I could learn as I go.
And the rest is, as they say,
history. Yeah.
Because now you guys are starring in this HGTV show, and to my knowledge, the first black couple on HGTV to have a series like this. And we know the Flip and Flop history, well, those of us that are HGTV fans, and they've spread out to other cities. And so you guys just kind of happened upon this series, huh?
Yeah. Well, actually, Ashley was on her vacation. She turned 30 and she wanted to
Thanks
go somewhere.
Thanks for telling that.
And so we were in Tahiti, and actually we were just in Tahiti hanging out. We met someone that was in the business, and next thing you know, we're shooting a sizzle, then we're shooting a pilot. We didn't know we were part of the franchise until recently, but we're excited to be a part of the franchise. We're definitely excited to represent Fort Worth, the veteran community, the African American community.
Yeah.
We are we want people to know that entrepreneurs like us do exist, and so we're showcasing their skills as best we can on their platform.
And you're
giving back too. I heard you're doing something with veterans where you're giving back to veterans.
Yes, we try to employ as many veteran businesses as we can within their, capacity on all of our flips. So even before the show, we were working with veterans one-on-one. Just this platform has totally opened up our opportunity to really employ more.
Yeah.
I think our conversation more like we want to empower, right?
Yes.
Because, we want to target the small business veteran that's trying to build out. And what we do, when we buy a piece of property, when I buy a little piece of America, Ash and I get to choose how we want to allocate those resources. So we break it down. If you're a tradesman, roofing, plumbing, electrical, GC, we even go as far as dealing with veteran-owned title companies and appraisers and loan officers. We want to maximize the impact per each transaction, and it allows us to, be able to continue to pay it forward and carry the veteran loan as we go into communities to revitalize those.
I got to tell you, I have no knowledge in rehabbing and flipping and all that, but Tom has had experience with contractors, and Damon is a bit of a flipper himself.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So my stuff is all just watching you guys. But Damon, you do it, right?
Well, no, I painted.
You painted one time.
How many houses have you flipped in your career?
Yeah, I mean, we've had
Probably over 50.
Yeah.
But we have
Over 50?
Over 50, but we have.
We have over 50 rentals too. Like we keep a lot. I mean, we are flippers, but we're also wealth builders, right?
And we know that is a way that we're going to build our legacy for our family. It's not going to be the quick money. It's going to be the slow and steady income you get once a month.
Yeah.
So
Can I ask how much money you've made doing this?
I'll tell you that we made enough to keep my wife off payroll and stay at home with the kids. Our big thing is time, right? We buy time. So every project allows us the opportunity to go back into a community and reinvest, and it's our money. It's our money going into these communities, backing, and what you'll see that we commit an allocation of resources per market. I was sharing with someone in the hall. We commit about 25 to revitalize about 25 rooftops per market. We don't sporadically go into neighborhoods. We do a lot of research. And so some of those
That's what I was going to ask you, how you choose where you guys go.
Yeah, carefully. We believe in the Texas market. We believe in the Fort Worth community. Yeah. We believe in small business. So, we're playing in some of these areas where we want revitalization, and we want to be a part of the actual solution to the problems. There's a huge problem in affordable housing. And so what we do is we buy below replacement costs, add value, and then, bring them up. And we love when we transform a home that we turn it back over to these families. In episode 1, Beautiful Home was transformed to a beautiful family, first-time home buyers. And Ash and I were able to do something a lot of people don't want to take down the challenge. And when we take those profits, back to your question, Tom, we redeploy that to solve another problem for another home.
Now, do you all have to go around collecting rent?
We do collect rent.
My mom collects rent.
I'm
gonna tell you, my mom is
She do not play about that rent.
My mom's my landlord. My mom collect my rent. We're a mom and pop operation. But we love it because when my dad passed a few years ago, he was managing all our properties, and I taught my mom the business in about 18 months, and now she manages it. Because
Andy and Ashley Williams, Flip Flop Fort Worth on HGTV.
Thursday night.